Okay, Leanne. So, we've gone over the confidentiality, privacy agreement, all those sorts of things. You know, you've let me know that you understand that.
Yep.
So, what's been going on? What's brought you in today?
So I got offered a new job, which is really great. Like, I applied for the job, but I guess at the time I didn't expect to actually get the job.
Okay.
It's interstate.
Yep.
So the current job I'm working in is part-time.
Yep.
And I really wanted a full-time job to just have that security.
Yep.
But yeah, now I've actually gotten the job. I'm just not quite sure what to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, congratulations. That's very exciting.
Thank you.
So what... You're not sure in terms of what to do, whether you want to move interstate or whether you want to stay here. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I haven't talked to my husband about it yet.
Okay.
I haven't told him that I even applied for the job.
Okay.
Yeah, it just seems like a big leap to move our entire family interstate just for my work.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if I should turn it down and just stay with the part-time job, even though I'm not happy there.
Yeah.
But at least it's local and no other part of our lives needs to change. Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like you're a bit stressed with the sort of predicament that you feel like you're in.
Yeah, it is quite stressful. Especially because, like, I'm carrying the burden myself. Like, I've not told anyone else about it. So that's kind of why I'm here, so I can just talk to someone about it. Because, yeah, it just keeps rolling around my own head, like, back and forth. And I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's really good that you've come in. You know, it takes a certain level of bravery and courage to come and talk to someone, especially someone that you've never met before. You know, we're creatures of habit and we tend to usually stick to the people that we know because they are what makes us feel comfortable. So it's, you know, you need to give yourself some credit here. It's a very brave thing to come in and talk to me. So be proud of yourself for that. And we can work through what's going on and hopefully I can help you come to some sort of decision on where to move on to next.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to try an approach with you. It's called the problem management model. So I'm going to give you this information if we want to just go through it together. So basically it's a solution focused approach with a structure.
Yep.
So with this approach, you are in control of the content. Right. So the content is your story. It's what you're going through. It's what's brought you in today. I'm here to basically assist you in what steps to take to move forward next.
Yeah,
because it sounds like that's the bit that's troubling you at the moment, is you just don't know what to do next.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to close the window.
No, you're fine. Okay, so it consists of 3 stages.
Yeah.
So the first stage is identifying the problem or the issue.
Okay.
So, you know, you've come in, you've said that you've got a new job, very exciting. The job is interstate and you're not quite sure where to move on to next. You know, you haven't told your husband about it, you're feeling this burden upon you. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to take some notes as we go through these, as we work through each of these steps, if that's okay.
That's absolutely fine.
All right, so let's work on stage number 1. So identifying the issue. So I want you to have a think about what is the main issue out of all of the things that you've told me. What is the main issue that you want to work towards solving?
So I guess I need to make a decision
Mm-hmm.
to either take the job or not take the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's making the decision solely based on whether you want to take the job or not take the job. So it's when it comes to talking to your husband about it, that's something that you feel like you can approach.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with that. That is a big issue of being brave enough to bring it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to write that down as well. We can add that on there. So let's say the problem or the issue that's brought you in, number one, just let me know if this is correct or not. Number one is being able to figure out how to tell your husband about the job that you've been accepted for.
Yeah, because if I could do that, that would take the burden off of making the decision, I guess. Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so we've got telling your husband that you've applied for this job, you didn't think that you were going to get it, but you have gotten it. And then being able to decide whether you guys are going to pick up and move to be able to take this job or whether you're going to stay here.
Yeah, that's
okay. Perfect.
Sounds right.
All right, so let's move on to stage 2, which is reflection. So the first question that I want to ask you is, what part of this whole timeline that you've been feeling like this, what part did you decide that you needed to come in and seek some help?
So I guess I realised how anxious I was feeling, and I was, shouting at the kids when I wouldn't normally, snapping at my husband when I wouldn't normally, just because I'm holding this all in.
Yeah.
And I realised, this isn't healthy. Yeah. It's not good for me, and it's not good for my family for me to be snapping at them.
Yeah, so it sounds like the stress of everything without you realising how severe the stress was causing you to act out in ways that you wouldn't usually.
Yeah.
No problem. Okay. So now that we've gone through that, I want to ask you, so in terms of being able to tell your husband about this job, what things would need to change or be adjusted to make you feel more comfortable to approach him and talk to him, tell him about what's happened?
Yeah, okay. So, I feel like I'm the main problem. If I wasn't so anxious and uptight about it and I could just sit down and talk to him. I don't know. I feel like if maybe there was a neutral person in the room, it might be helpful.
Yeah.
Because we're less likely to shout at each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we could think about some sort of mediation. Maybe a form of couples counselling where there's a neutral person, you both have a chance to say your piece, you can tell him, take it in turns talking, and then if things do decide to get heated, there's someone there that can sort of diffuse the situation.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Something like that sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just put that down here. Okay, and in terms of making the decision to move, so it sounds like you're worried about possibly having to stay and, not being able to make that decision to make the leap to go. Like you said, you're unhappy in your job here and you're worried that you might have to stay here and be stuck in this job that you're not happy in.
Yeah, because I'm really unhappy in it, and I feel like we're not able to reach our goals. So we'd like to save up and buy a house, but I'm just not earning enough money working part-time. So this new job would provide an avenue for us to get a home loan and buy our own home.
Okay.
Which is something we've dreamed of since we first got married. So yeah, like I guess I'm worried about letting go of that dream if I stay in this job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm scared to take the leap.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So having said that, what could be done, or what choices could be made, or what could be put in place to change the overall outcome? So what things would have to be done differently to what's happening right now to be able to make that decision of, yes, we're going to move, I'm going to be earning more money, we're going to be able to buy a house, all those sorts of things. So when it comes to, so let's say you've already spoken to your husband, you've gone to some couples counselling, you've told your husband about the plan, he's on board, wonderful. What things would have to change, or what things would you be able to do differently to reach that ultimate outcome?
So I guess if I had his support, then that would like solve all the problems. Okay. Because I feel like if we were working together, all the things we have to do between being here and getting there would be achievable. Okay. And you know, we have children, so we could sit down together and talk to them about moving. I just feel like I can't do that on my own. Like I need his support. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like if I had his support, the rest would just fall into place.
Everything else would fall into place. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. So this is really good. This is really good progress. So we've gone over reflection. So we've had to think about how things could be different. We've had to think about what's brought you in today and how you've gotten to this point. Yeah. So now we'll move on to step 3, which is strategies. So I want you to have a think about your very next step from this point. What's the first thing that you want to put in place? We're going to come up with a couple of plans here. Yeah. So the first thing that you want to put in place to be able to make that step to tell your husband.
I'd like to make the appointment with the couples counsellor. Yeah. And then go to him and tell him, hey, like, could you do this thing for me? Could we go see? I've set up this appointment with this couples counsellor. Yeah. It's nothing to be scared of, but like, I have something I want to talk to you about, and I'm scared to do it. So could you come along to this appointment? Yeah. Yeah.
That's really, really good. So that's something that I can give you a referral to. So within our company, we do have couple-specific counsellors. So once we're finished here and we go out the front, we can organise making that appointment for you if you like.
Great, thank you.
We'll organise it for a time that you've got free. That's really, really good. Really good. Okay. So other than telling your husband, let's have a think about maybe some services that can be accessed or some other support systems that can be utilised when it comes to making the decision to move and to go on to this next job.
Okay. So when I got offered the position, they gave me a contact number and email address for the HR department, and they said like they often recruit people from an estate, and that she's a lovely lady, and she can, you know, give me details of a moving company and
perfect.
Yeah.
That's really good. It's nice to be able to feel like you're coming into a company that's there to support their workers.
Yeah.
And that makes you feel welcome. So that's really, really good that there is options there for you in helping to make that decision.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, so I've written down here that the next step that you want to take after this is making the appointment with your husband to come in and get some couples counselling.
Yes.
So I think we'll focus on that step first. We won't do everything all at once. We'll just take it step by step and day by day. Now, with your feelings of anxiety, do you feel like that's something that is solely based around this job and making this decision, or do you feel like that's something that's becoming more apparent in your day-to-day life?
Yeah, I think it is becoming something that happens more and more regularly.
Okay. So there are options available to help you with that as well, because I feel like, you know, all of these things are intertwined. So you're feeling anxious about moving, you're feeling anxious about telling your husband, which is causing you to act out in ways that you wouldn't usually. You know, there is some counselling available. You can have some more sessions with me if that's what you decide that you want to do, to be able to work on your anxiety while we're working on these other things as well. So I'll give you some information about the services that we offer. Yep. And I'll give you my email as well. And if you go home, have a read, don't feel obligated. This is completely up to you, and this is what makes you feel comfortable. But I want to make sure that you've got all the information so that you can move forward with making these decisions with our help if needed.
Okay, that sounds really great.
Sounds good? Okay, not a problem. So what we'll do is I will do up some paperwork and we'll go out and make that appointment, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, thank you very much.
No worries. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.